Greetings everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood space pirate back again with yet another out-of-box review. This time for your viewing pleasure we have the Bandai Sprukits 1/12 scale Master Chief from the video game Halo. I'm not a big fan of Halo. I've played a couple of them, so I don't know which variant this is. But those of you who are into it should know. This kit has 109 pieces, and it's supposedly you don't need any kind of tools, which to that effect, one of the big side effects is, like a lot of other reviews I've seen of this, as well as my own experience, you have parts falling off the trees. So considering the way this is packed, I don't have the kit in here because it's not safe. You have an empty box with a piece of cardboard. So just be aware when you buy this kit and you're not going to build it right off. You're not going to sit there and power through it in a hurry. You really need something else to put it in. I'm not real happy with these boxes, considering the Bandai stuff I usually get comes in a regular model kit box. Here's the back. It kind of shows you how things go. It's, made to make this look simple as possible. For those of you who care, this is a snap together kit. Now before you start, it's not a real model kit, you don't use glue. You can do anything you want to with this kit. You can cut the pegs down and you can glue it together. You can make it fixed pose, or you can leave it posable. Heck, even which this character I don't think has any kind of lighting, you could probably even throw some lights in it, or maybe for the battle rifle or whatever. Now that little tirade's aside, for those of you who are familiar with Bandai's Gundam kits, this is going to be nothing really new. It's supposed to be all the correct colors, and there's supposed to be no painting involved. But as we all know, nothing's perfect. So for those of you who are sticklers for detail, there's going to be painting probably necessary. And I have not seen any kind of markings in the box. So unless they're on the kit itself, you're going to have to come up with something else. I talked to my nephew about what kind of markings I'm going to need, since I am going to be painting this one. I'm going to be doing a diorama, hopefully, my first. But I think it'll be a fun kit. And I think it'll be great for those of you who have family members who are big into Halo, who might not necessarily have gotten into modeling or care. This might be something that's worth building, because once you have it built, you have a nice figure with 2 weapons, and I mean, it looks very detailed, and for me, it'll do just fine. Like I said, I'm going to do an out-of-box build, and then I'm going to turn around and paint it and detail it and all that for another build, hopefully. Lord willing, the creek don't rise and zombies don't get up and start eating people. But that aside, let's get into the parts. As you can tell, this is a dark olive, I guess. Looks almost gray to me. Pretty nicely detailed. I think that's your head there. It's 2 parts, left and right. And it's going to be to go with your rest of your 1/12, like your Star Wars 6-inch figures, or Bandai's upcoming Star Wars model kits that they're going to be releasing. I meant to mention at the beginning, there's 2 other skill levels. This is a skill level 2. There's a 1 and a 3. The 1 are a bit smaller, more like your G.I. Joe size action figures. And then there's another that are maybe 8 inches tall that are a lot more detailed, a lot more parts. For those of you who built Gundam, they're the equivalent of a master grade. This is the equivalent of a high grade here, and the easy ones are equivalent of the old no grades. Here's yet more parts. Not sure what all this is. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with Master Chief. I just thought the armor's cool. It's a little hard to see with my table. I'll try to have a better background in the future. Bandai thought to include a base, which is very cool. I guess these are joints or what have you. Like I said, there's a lot of pieces that are loose or about to fall off. That's my big one issue with these kits, because they're trying to make it where you don't have to use your snips or whatever. But it's still going to be cool. And this is your poly caps. These are for your joints. They're flexible rubber. And there's not much to say about those. And here's a clear visor piece. Like I said, I know next to nothing. It looks almost an orangish or yellowish translucent plastic. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big Halo fan, but it looks like it should, so, you know, you probably might want to paint something silver underneath it to give it a little more detail, but it's pretty nice. Okay. Now, my biggest issue with this kit is the instructions. Forgive me if I don't get these right side up. I'll try to, because this is a royal pain. I hate these kind of instructions. It's very hard to show these, and it's also very hard for somebody like me who uses a magnifier to see, to get through these. I mean, these instructions, I can't stand them. Why couldn't Bandai have done a book? I know they're trying to make things cheaper and simpler with the packaging and the instructions, but this is my biggest problem with this kit. I will always gripe about one-sheet instructions like this. Always. It's hard to show on camera. It's hard to deal with. So, it's whatever. The few small gripes aside, this is a very cool kit, especially for those of us who are into video games. Now, I would love for Bandai to get like the BioShock license and do some big daddies. But that's yet another. While I'm at it, some of the other kits I've seen of these, they've got quite a few, several DC heroes, several different versions of Batman, 2 different versions of Superman that I've seen, 2 different Jokers, and so on and so forth. And they also have a series of kits called the LBX, which is from an anime which I've not seen and know nothing about. But they're robots, kind of like the Gundams, so they're more super robot, more... To me, they're more Voltron Transformers, you know, more Voltron or Menzinger Z or Gigantor type, more flashy, you know, Gundam, G-Gundam type stuff. But, and I have no interest in them so far. I haven't seen any I like, so I doubt I'll be purchasing any of those. But I do plan on getting at least one of the Batmans and one of the Supermans. And if I can find a decent Joker that isn't the Heath Ledger one, I'll probably pick it up. But I will eventually get at least one of the skill level 1s and one of the skill level 3s, so I can show you guys what they're all about. As a side note, for those of you, like I said earlier, who are buying the Star Wars figure kits, who are looking forward to it, this is basically what they're going to be. I have no clue if those are going to make it over here, but I hope Bandai puts those out over here because I'll buy the snot out of them. But the instructions and the packaging aside, this is definitely a must-buy, especially if you're a fan of Halo. I've talked to my nephew. He's really interested in one, so it might be what he gets for Christmas. But until next time, this is your friendly neighborhood space pirate saying you can reach me at on Google Plus under the name Chris McLaughlin. I'm part of the Sci-Fi Model Action and Scale Model Action forums, as well as I'm part of the Sci-Fi Model Action forums. You can find me under the name Space Pirate 197X over there, or you can just PM me through YouTube. Matter of fact, I'd probably see it quicker there than I would any other way because I hardly do the Google Plus anymore. So until next time, so long and thanks for all the fish.